Update 20 had a lot inside of it, and if you look at this, it actually says it was 8 days ago. A lot inside of it that wasn't really mentioned. Turns out that, and the only thing I can find about this in the forums on that update notes is from 20.0.7, which I do believe was 3 days ago, and then 0.8 came out a few hours later. Even the 0.8 notes don't mention this at all. There was a lot of things, as I said a while ago, inside of Update 20 that just, there was too many things in it to cover at all. There's a lot of stuff that still kind of remains undiscovered. And I came across this because I was in here, and for the record, no, I don't own every weapon in the game. People keep telling me I do. I don't. It's not like I'm missing one. I'm missing a couple. That aside, you can tick this little thing here that says hide owned, and this glyph pack's actually quite cool with the greedy milk, potato, prodman, and the pink shorts. If I click on this, I'll actually tell you what it is. But if you go to weapons, you can actually see which ones you own and which ones you don't. Searching through this for one that doesn't have that green box there can be quite a pain, so ticking that's great. And then if they do add a weapon in that's kind of like the Bratton Vandal, which is one of the ones I don't own, it'll pop up here, which is why I'm in here looking at this. And I just happened to go to equipment, and I was scrolling through and went, oh, when were they added? Because Ivara has a Noggle that looks quite interesting, actually. You can see she's holding Artemis' bow, but she's holding it very weirdly. The arrow's underneath her hand. If you've ever shot a bow, you'll know you hold the arrow on the top of your hand, not on the bottom. Because it's pretty hard to do that, and it just doesn't work properly. It is possible to do, don't get me wrong there. It's just easier if you have it on the top of your hand, but if you actually turn it and say it's not even attached to a hand, it's not in place. So I'm just being overly picky. But she has by far the biggest head of any of the other Noggles. Really big. And there hasn't been any Noggles since the Index. I think it was the... Could have been the Index preview, I'm not really sure. It was a long time ago. There's been a few special ones, but nothing really new. So seeing these was quite interesting. And then I decided I'll go and kind of have a look in the forums and see if I can't find anything that relates to the Ivara Noggle, or for that matter, the Mesa Noggle, which was interesting because it wasn't until this came out I noticed she's got 2 spikes on her heels. I've probably noticed before and paid no attention whatsoever, but I would hate to be kicked in the face by Mesa because she's got pointy shoes with, it looks like blades on her heels, and weirdly looks like half of a bat wing sticking out the back there as the spur on the back. She looks quite vicious with those shoes on, but the Noggle is what made me kind of notice them a little bit more, but as I say, probably noticed them before. But this also looks pretty nice. And then I decided I'll go and have a look in the forums and try and figure out if I can find when these were added. There is nothing noted in release notes for these until update 20.0.7, where I kind of found a little bit of a notice. It's actually somebody in the forums mentioning the fact that these things have been added, and there is just no notices in the notes about them. It's just one person mentioning that they were added, but it wasn't in the release notes for it. Apart from that, there's pretty much no mention that these have been added. I mean, Ivara's hood covers almost everything at certain points, apart from a leg, ignoring the bow, and a butt. A butt just sticks out there. But these are 2 pretty nice Noggles, but they are well hidden. There is nothing about them in the release notes that I can find. So there's a few things that seem to be a little bit undiscovered. Possibly there's more than just this that's in the release notes that has yet to be uncovered by people. Because if they can release Noggles and not mention it anywhere, it makes you wonder if there is more that they added with update 20 that people just haven't found yet. Anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to go get rid of this spot, so catch you next time.